All right, what's up, guys? We right back at it with another one. I'm back today because I got some more shit on my mind I won't get off. So, I just want to start with this one with just by, giving people a little bit of, this is just what I feel about, political parties. I'm not really, into all the shit. I'm not gonna never be on no crazy shit, but I'm just gonna give you my interpretation of the two. You know what I'm saying? Like how they try to keep everybody in brackets just from what I've learned. You know what I'm saying? You can't be independent. You could just keep your opinion to yourself and shit. You can say you with the independent party or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But when it all breaks down to it, I just feel like all three parties represent something. And we'll start with like the Republican Party. The Republican Party, I feel like it's more towards people that own stuff because a lot of the Republicans do tax cuts and tax incentives and all that extra shit. Like when Trump and Bush and some of them was in office. If you was owning stuff or you was in businesses, you got a lot of breaks and business cuts, even if you followed it, like net neutrality and all of that stuff. When these Republicans got in office, things like net neutrality, we all used to have the same amount of bandwidth no matter what with our internet. But when Trump first came in office in 2016, they dispersed that deal. They, dismembered that deal about net neutrality, which it opened the door for these premium subscriptions that you have now, where you have like two devices on an account. You don't get as much as bandwidth as somebody with a premium. So y'all two devices may buffer time to time depending on whatever it is. So I don't quote me on that, but I do know that the net neutrality is something that they pass. And this is some stuff that's gonna go over people's heads, but I'm just gonna explain this to y'all because I'm going somewhere with it. The independent party is more for rich folks that know that, well, I don't want to be on this side because this is what they do, or I don't want to do that. It's just, I feel like the independent party is for undecisive people. It's just they don't want to pick a side. They're just like, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to be in it. Don't put me in it. And then you got the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party, I feel, is what stagnates the world because the agendas of most Democratic parties is some program. It's some type of new rollout program, new, healthcare, Medicaid, incentive. It's just all type of shit that at the end of the day, if you don't own nothing and you're not into owning shit, you're not worried about these type of things. But if you living in the projects, you struggling and things is hard for you, you're going to be diehard Democratic because you need those bills. You need those bills because that funding goes directly to y'all. So, and understanding those three things between different parties, a lot of us grow up not understanding these things, and we'll come across some people that have learned things in life the hard way. I'll speak on me. I'm from Clarksdale Projects. My mother was on drugs. My father, he's a retired welder, but it was back and forth. I was with my grandfather for a little bit, but I'm from Clarksdale. The properness to my tone and how I talk and the education that I have, it comes from all the books that I done read. I can't help it that when I come around some people that I give off an aura of confidence that intimidates people. I'm not going to never dumb my character down or try to be less because you feel inadequate as a person. I'm not trying to be that way or nothing. If you have a conversation with me, it may be some things that you can learn. But nonetheless, I'm not going to try to earn nobody's respect. You don't respect me. I'm going to give you the same energy you give me. But a lot of us grow up in the hood with this mentality of like, I don't know him, you know him. I don't know him, you know him. And it's because of that struggle. It's because of that. If like, some of these dudes that be working at these locations, some of these women that be working at these locations, and they be like, well, we don't do it in my store. It's not your store. You know what I'm saying? Like, the women that got vouchers that'll tell somebody get out her house, it's actually not your house. I'm saying the person that actually owns that house, they can sell it one day, and you would have to take your voucher and find another place to stay. Like, how can you get tax money, $3,000-$4,000 in taxes? People get more than that, $5,000-$6,000 in taxes, and take your money and go somewhere and turn up. Y'all buy shoes, y'all go out of town, y'all having all this fun, and then you come back broke. to that same house on Section 8 or whatever it is, and y'all feel how y'all feel when y'all come around somebody that knows that I'm not gonna take my 5, 6,000, 7,000, whatever it is, and go party. I'm gonna take it and go invest in this, or I'm gonna take and go flip this and take it into that, and I'm gonna take it and put it here. How can you expect that person to humble themselves around you because you not about nothing? Because you rather take your money and go to movie theaters and turn up and trick on women that don't want you, trying to make a woman want you, and all these things that some of us do for the attention. How can you judge another man that you don't even know that this is why his life? How can you tell another man to be humble about who he is when you not about shit? Like, that's just crazy to me. Like, how can we come out the house looking like we not about shit? We not ready to do shit. We not somebody that's capable of doing shit, but yet feel like we deserve so much respect. Like, if that's the case, if you dressing in your pajamas and you deserve the same respect as this man wearing business suits, then why do they even make tailor-made suits and business suits? Like, how can a dude in pajamas tell a man to be humble when you come out the house in your pajamas as a grown-ass man? Like, bro, that's what's wrong with the world. Whatever you seeing in the mirror is not the reality of who you are, brother. The reality, or sister, the realities that y'all looking in the mirror and seeing is only in your mind. But to people around us, like, me, for instance, when, some people would suggest that, anybody know me knows that I'm humble. I don't boast or brag, and I don't put my vehicles or nothing on that shit on Facebook, TikTok. I don't do none of that shit. You can go through any of my posts. I don't stunt, but I can. I don't do none of that. I think that I'm very humble. It's just that because I have a confidence to me because of what I've overcome in life, people feel like that I should dumb it down because my aura is very intimidating. I understand it. I get it. You need to stay in the house. It's that simple. I'm not going to change who I am, and you shouldn't either as a person, people. Y'all shouldn't give a damn about the way somebody may look at us or the way somebody may feel, because a lot of times it comes from us not knowing no better. I was telling this guy today that when I moved to West Virginia, I seen, like, it'd be a trailer, some of them, some people had houses up there, they built their little house, nice little houses. Some of the houses was, you could tell it was old, outdated ass houses, but you would find a patch where it'd be like 5, 6 houses together, like 3 across the street, 3 right across the street. And then it'd be big fields behind both of them on both sides. And then the next house might be like 2, 3 miles down the road. And it's just big fields with hatcheries and shit like that. Walmart might be 30 miles up the next town. You know what I'm saying? You can go to a gas station or something all day. Ain't really a whole lot of liquor because some of those places dry county. So, you got like 6 o'clock or something till you get your liquor and all this shit. I'm giving y'all what I seen in the country. And a lot of people, I heard ambulances, I swear to God, about 3, 4, 5 ambulances every night. Like, it was shootings, but it was people dying. So I started to think, I was like, damn. Now I see how it's easy for somebody to get on a television and rile them up out here in the country living in these conditions, because those people in the city that's down there in the projects surrounded by Target, Walmart, Myers, Kroger's, Sam's, Costco's, y'all got White Castles, McDonald's, all this. Those are the people in the hoods where I'm from. We used to go to McDonald's. We used to jump the wall and go to McDonald's and everything. We used to go do all that shit. You know what I'm saying? We used to First Link, the corner store and all that. They don't have that same luxury up there in them countries. So it's easy to get them riled up to come down here or come to cities and get on that racist rhetoric when the people that's in the hood don't realize how better they living than the people in the country. I'm not telling you to be happy with the life in the hood, but I'm telling you that all of this oppression that a lot of my people scream that we live in, take your ass out the country, out the countryside. Some of these side counties like Moorfield, West Virginia, shit, Petersburg, West Virginia. It's black folks up there. It's people, melanated people up there. And I promise you, you're going to be ready to come back home immediately. You're going to be ready to get back to the city immediately, because the amenities that y'all are used to, it ain't nothing like it up there for them people. and they don't have hospitals and as close as they do and everything. So at the end of the day, we all being played against each other. We all are being played against each other, but some of us are so goddamn stupid that we don't even recognize it. And when we could learn something from a person, we so caught up on the fact that we wish we was more, that we hating the next person for being something, instead of being like, hey man, you know, like I see the YouTube videos where some of them dudes will walk up, be like, man, it's a nice car. What do you do for a living? How could I get a car like this? You know, the dudes don't be like, beat it, cocksucker. You know, they'll tell them, you know, hey, I do this for a living. I made this for a living. You know, it's just like working at a job and you being put into a position and a person telling you they don't pay me enough to teach you that shit. Well, what the fuck are you here for? Because who taught you? Like, how can you have that train of thought to not, they don't pay me enough to teach you, when you know that this person is going to be, when you retire, go on your way, this person's going to be doing your job? Why wouldn't you make sure that they adequate at doing it if you still heard 30, 40 years later? That's just the weak shit in men and women nowadays. And you know, people tell me all the time, Mariah, you know, why you pay that shit any attention? Mariah, ignore that shit. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't let, and I tried to, bro, but it's just so sucky, bro, because you don't know what the fuck somebody else done went through, bro. Like, you know, baby was just showing me, you know, one of the officers committed suicide, may she rest in peace and shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what somebody's going through, bro. When you come out the house with that negative ass energy, judging people and going through whatever you going through, you don't know what somebody's going through, bro. And it might be the straw to take somebody up out of her. For what? Keep that shit to yourself. Keep it. Stay at home if that's how you feel, bro. Like, why do we in the world have to bite our tongue and humble ourselves some more because we happy and you're not? What, like, what the fuck? What sense does that ever make? Why? Like, I understand my people telling me, Mariah, fuck that shit. But why fuck that shit, bro? Why the fuck do these miserable ass motherfuckers get to constantly walk around and feel the way they feel? Like, no, I'm gonna speak on it. I'm not gonna get bent out of shape, but I'm tell you, I'll be the first one to tell you, fuck you. I don't give a fuck what you think about it. What y'all think I need and what y'all think is best for me ain't what's best for me. When it's all said and done, no matter what a lot of y'all do, you'll never accomplish half the shit that I have in life. Half. I don't care about how some of y'all may feel. I don't care about, you know, it's another thing that you know, I just find so crazy. I ain't got nothing against what nobody's preference is. You know, but I spoke on this the other day about the LGBTQ community and shit, where the transgender dude was fucking in the MMA thing, beating the goddamn girl up. You know what I'm saying? Then the transgender dude beat the girls on the fucking racing field and shit. Like, bruh, like, what is it with you brolic butch females that make you think you more manly than a man, to where I'm saying, I'm not even, you a woman to me, regardless of how much of a man you think you are. So I don't even go there with you, but they try to clash masculinity with you as if they have any. Like, it just, it blows my mind how, some of you women feel like y'all so manly. Like, I hate to break it to you, but no matter how much of a man you think you are, it's just certain things you never gonna have. It don't matter. It's just certain things you not gonna never be able to do that we can do. It don't matter. You know, whatever hardship that you may have went through at the hands of other men in life, I apologize for you. You know, like, because I truly wished, I hate that, you know, any weenie shit happen like it to any woman to make them feel to where they, you know, they don't want men attracted to them no more. Because a lot of women that end up like it, they went through some type of abuse, and I share sympathy for that. But they lose me with the aggressiveness, because I'm saying this, at the end of the day, I'm not that nigga. Like, I know a person personally that used to tell me stories about how a person violated them, and when that person was on their deathbed, that person reached out trying to get forgiveness because he was about to die and felt like he was going to go to heaven. Well, felt like he was going to hell. I swear to God, I can't make this shit up. Ruined this girl's relationship with her mama and everybody. And when this man was about to die, he called this girl to try to apologize, and she flew up her. This man had 20, 30 years to reconcile and let that shit go, or mend the relationship between you and your mama for him, being inappropriate with you. And this man waited until his last dying breath to try to confront the situation. And you then told me all these stories about how much pain and all this was, but you run to go to this nigga. Like, what's it, like Stockholm syndrome or some shit that they say or whatever. I truly believe it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but at the end of the day, what y'all have to realize is that also puts a trauma on your man too. And I'm saying at the end of the day, even if it's not your man, what the fuck does that got to do with me? I ain't got nothing to do. That's not no type of shit in my jacket. I don't know what the fuck your life that went through. So the aggressiveness that you have towards men like your stepfather or uncle or cousin, whatever, that didn't put you through that shit, you ain't got to have it for everybody. I mean, some of us have to really stop and think, why are we taught to see each other? That's black and white. Why are we taught to see each other and hate each other so much, bruh? Like, why the fuck do you feel like somebody got to earn your respect? But the Mexicans and the Italians, the Cubans, everybody else, they stick to themselves. You don't see them going through none of that extra shit, making Pedro or any of they homies go through the other shit. Like, humble yourself, Pedro. Like, nah, bro, you see them get drunk together. They whole motto is you fuck with one being, you get the whole burrito. We weak as fuck as a culture, bro. As black and white in America, bro, the shit that we allow to go on, but yet got the nerve to try to check another fellow American about something. You jump in front of a car that's speeding, but you won't speak up about genocide going on in different countries and your money being used to fund it. Like, fuck out of here, bro. Like, I would never humble myself for a motherfucker that get up and come out his house in pajamas thinking that you being productive. Like, you're not being productive. I don't care how you look at it. I don't care what your situation is, because I've been in those situations. Life is about choices. Whatever choices you making is why you in the position that you feel that you in. A lot of people think that they know what they doing and they'll jump into some shit not knowing a motherfucking thing about what they doing. So, I ain't gonna hold y'all and go on too much. I just wanted to touch base on a little shit because something was on my heart, but I just want to reiterate and put this shit out there. You know what I'm saying? My episodes are to ease us mentally, guys that, and women that feel like me, like when you just feel like enough's enough. Like, man, like, if that's what you want, keep that shit over or stay in the house, bro. Like, we don't have to not be happy because you're not. Like, as weak as hell. It's always two ways you can handle a situation. And I'm out after this. A positive and a negative. No matter what the situation is. It don't matter what the situation is. It can always be handled in two forms. A positive and a negative. Most of us choose negative ways to do things. Like with real life situations, it's not going to be that way. A lot of people are going to humble themselves. Everybody ain't going to jump over the fence to go save somebody that's getting attacked by a tiger or a zoo at a zoo. Everybody's not going to jump over the fence to go save somebody being attacked by a tiger at the zoo. That's what I was trying to get at. But it is some out there that will. It is some out there that will jump right over and go right into the face of danger trying to save somebody else. Yes. So, you can't, when you tell that man, oh man, you need to humble yourself. Don't be trying to save somebody. Like, nah, bro, just some of us are more manly than others. And some of us are, some women are more womanly than others. Some women are smart. Some women are dumb. Like some men are smart. Some men are dumb. It's just how it is, bro. But the only humbling that people should be doing is of themselves, because you should look in the mirror and see, like, damn, what do I really got going on myself to be judging anybody else. And then a lot of us will get a real wake-up call. So it's your boy Mariah, aka King Remy. It's been another great episode. Short but sweet, not like the last one. And I'm out this bitch.